Hi, my name is Faith. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Don't forget the notification bell. Thank you. Faith lived with her dad, who was a professor of mathematics. Everyone thought he was weird in many ways, but he loved Faith a lot and he was the best dad she could wish for. The only thing she didn't like about her dad is that he didn't seem to want any boys around her. He was always unfriendly to boys when they came to the house to see her. She had tried talking to him about this, but it didn't seem to change anything. Most boys from her school just did not want to come to her house anymore. That didn't stop them calling her though. She got a lot of phone calls from boys and she spent a great deal of time talking to boys on the phone. This really annoyed her dad, even though she could not understand why. In the evenings, the professor would stay home and play the violin, while Faith would sit in her room and chat to her friends on the phone. Faith meets a nice young man at the stationery store in town. While she was shopping for some photo paper, she dropped her wallet and he picked it up and handed it right back to her. She looked up and he was the most handsome man she had seen in a while. After putting the wallet away, she decides to thank him for his kind gesture.
Thanks for picking up my wallet.
You're welcome. You should be more careful in places like this. Someone could have run off with it, you know.
I know, my name's Faith.
My name's Frank and I'm just here to pick up some photo paper for my printer.
How strange is that? I came to get photo paper too. What a coincidence.
They chatted for a bit and exchanged phone numbers, promising to keep in touch. Faith could not stop thinking about Frank. He seemed kind of nice and she would like to see him again. Just as she sat there thinking about him, her phone rang and it was Frank. They talked for what seemed like forever, and he told her all about himself and she told him about herself and her dad and how her dad did not like to see any boys around her. He was so easy to talk to. They had been talking for over an hour and she felt like she had known him all her life. Then he invited her out to dinner and promised to pick her up on Friday night at home just before 7 p.m.
I don't know what my dad's going to say, but I'll be ready. See you just before 7 p.m.
Never mind what he's going to say, we'll be fine. I can handle the heat.
Dad, he'll be here anytime now. Please be nice.
Why should I be nice?
He's a nice guy, please give him a chance.
They are all nice guys when they are after something. You don't know him.
Daddy, please try. That's the doorbell, he's here.
Yes, young man, how can I help you?
I've come to take Faith out to dinner.
Be sure to bring her right back after the dinner. Where are you taking her?
We're going to Frankie's, it's a new restaurant downtown. We'll be coming back here straight after, sir.
See you later, Dad.
The next day, the professor turns up at Frank's office.
I've come to talk to you about Faith.
It must be important.
It is. I don't want you to date my daughter. Please stay away from her.
Why? I care about her and promise to look after her to the best of my ability. Please give me a chance.
Please break up with her at once. I don't want you to see her anymore. You are also much too old for her. Do I make myself clear?
May I ask why, sir? My age is really not relevant to Faith, and you and I know that age is just a number.
She is only 18. Just stay away.
And with that, he left the office without another word. Frank was stunned. He had never been in this position before. How could he break up with Faith? He was falling in love with her already. But he had to stay away and think of a solution to this situation. He called Faith and gave her some excuse why he could not see her the next day as earlier planned. She was disappointed. Frank's ex-wife comes to visit Faith in school. She orders Faith to stay away from Frank as Frank was hers. Faith was stunned. As they were arguing, Frank's ex-wife pounced on Faith and a fight ensued. They had to be pulled apart by a group of strong boys. Faith was sad, and while she was crying, her phone rang and it was Frank. She just switched it off and refused to answer. Faith had been ignoring him for a few days and Frank was quite worried now. He had told her a lot of things about himself but had conveniently forgotten to mention that he had been married before or that he had an ex-wife who still wanted him. It was just a shame, he seemed so perfect. She knew he was a much older man, but he didn't seem like a divorcee. She had been so naive and foolish. Her dad was right after all, they always seemed nice when they wanted something. She decided to focus on passing her A-level exams and not let all this get in the way of her exams. Frank is hanging about outside the school waiting for Faith to come out. Faith starts walking home with a boy from her class and Frank steps forward to
Hi
talk
Faith,
to her.
what's going on? Why won't you answer my calls?
I have just been busy, I have exams coming up.
Faith, talk to me. What did your dad say to you?
This is not about my dad. Leave him out of this.
Let me take you home.
No, thank you, I'll take the bus.
I deserve to know what he said to you. That's totally changed your attitude to me.
I had a visit from your ex-wife.
And with that, Faith walked off, leaving Frank stunned and standing alone. Frank stands outside his car with a gift for Faith and starts to apologize even before she reaches him.
Hi, I brought you a gift to say I am really sorry.
No, thanks.
Faith, I never meant to hurt you. I was looking for the right time to tell you about that part of my life. It really is quite complicated. Please forgive me and give me a chance to make it up to you.
After a lot of explaining and sweet nothings, Faith let down her guard and forgave Frank. She accepted the gift and he took her home in his car. On the way home he told Faith that his ex-wife would never bother her again as he had been to have a word with her. But they still had one problem. Daddy. That evening the professor was reading a book when Frank comes in. He was a man with a mission.
Who's at the door?
It's Frank, Dad.
I thought we had an understanding, Frank. Why are you here?
I'm sorry I can't stay away, sir. I've come to see you.
How can I help you?
I've asked Faith to marry me and she said yes. I need your approval, sir. Please say yes.
Faith, is this what you want?
Yes, Dad.
I won't stand in your way, if it's what you want.
A few months later, Frank and Faith got married and lived together happily ever after.